Deep in the humid forests of western Colombia and western Ecuador, there's a bird that quietly stands out in one of the strangest ways imaginable. At first glance, it looks like a dark shape moving through the canopy. But then you notice it, something hanging from its chest. The long wattled umbrella bird carries a long floating throat structure called a wattle. It's not just a small feature either. It can grow up to 35 centimeters. Scientists are still trying to fully understand its purpose, especially how it developed and why it's so extreme in this species. The long-wattled umbrella bird is just one of 3 known umbrella bird species. The others include the Amazonian umbrella bird and the bare-necked umbrella bird. All 3 belong to the same group and live in neotropical forests, ranging from southern Mexico through Panama and into parts of Colombia, Ecuador, and Brazil. They share some key traits. Males have that signature umbrella-like crest, which they can raise or lower depending on the situation. They also have the throat wattle, though its size and shape vary between species. Females, on the other hand, are much simpler in appearance. They're smaller, lack the dramatic features, and usually appear in darker, muted tones like brown or grayish-black. And then comes the sound. Males produce deep, booming calls that echo through the forest. When combined with the raised crest and the swinging wattle, it becomes one of the most unusual courtship performances in the bird world. Females, however, tell a different story. They are smaller, quieter, and far less decorated. They still have a crest, but it's much less noticeable. And their wattle is significantly shorter. They don't perform, they observe. And here's the part that makes it even more unusual. During courtship, the bird can inflate this wattle. As it moves, the long, feather-covered structure swings back and forth, turning a simple movement into a dramatic display. It's not subtle. It's designed to be seen. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe. These birds live high up in the forest canopy, rarely coming down. They prefer undisturbed rainforests with tall, mature trees, places that are becoming harder to find. That's part of what makes them so difficult to observe. Many people have never seen one in the wild, and some even question if such a strange bird really exists. The long-wattled umbrella bird itself is limited to a narrow stretch of the Choco rainforest along the Pacific coast of Colombia and Ecuador, one of the richest ecosystems on Earth, but also one of the most threatened. Other species face similar challenges. The bare-necked umbrella bird, found in Costa Rica and Panama, is already endangered due to habitat loss. Forests are being cleared, and the spaces these birds depend on are disappearing. There are only a few places where sightings are even possible. Protected areas like the Monteverde Cloud Forest Reserve in Costa Rica or the Mindonambillo Conservation Area in Ecuador offer some of the best chances. But even there, nothing is guaranteed. Spotting one usually means waking up before sunrise, walking deep into the forest, and relying on an experienced guide. Most of the time, you won't see the bird first. You'll hear it. A low, distant, almost haunting sound moving through the trees. And if you're lucky enough to follow it, you might just catch a glimpse of one of the strangest birds scientists are still trying to understand. Up in the forest canopy, the long-wattled umbrella bird spends most of its time doing something simple, but incredibly important: eating fruit. Figs, especially those from ficus trees, make up a big part of its diet. These fruits are easy to find in tropical forests and provide the energy the birds need to survive. But the umbrella bird isn't just feeding itself, it's quietly helping the entire forest. As it moves from tree to tree, it spreads seeds through its droppings, often far away from where the fruit was eaten. This process helps new trees grow in different areas, keeping the forest healthy and diverse. Each meal contributes to the ecosystem's reconstruction. That said, fruit isn't the only thing on the menu. During nesting periods when extra nutrition is needed, umbrella birds also eat insects and small vertebrates. Young chicks are fed regurgitated food by both parents, although the female takes on most of the early care, including incubation. Because they depend so heavily on fruiting trees, any damage to the forest, whether from logging, climate shifts, or invasive species, directly affects their survival. If the trees disappear, so do they. If there's one thing scientists and birdwatchers agree on, it's this: the umbrella bird's mating behavior is on another level. Instead of defending territory, male umbrella birds gather together in small groups at specific spots in the forest. These are called leks, and they act like natural stages. Each male claims a perch, usually within hearing distance of the others. From there, the performance begins. He raises his umbrella-like crest. He inflates that long hanging wattle until it stretches down like a thick, swinging tube. And then he calls. The sound is deep, slow, and powerful. One of the lowest frequency calls you'll hear from a perching bird. It travels far through the forest, cutting through dense vegetation to reach females that may be hundreds of meters away. But it's not just about attracting attention. These calls also signal strength to rival males. It's competition without physical fighting, a battle of presence, sound, and display. Females visit these leks, watch closely, and choose a mate based on who performs best. And once that choice is made, the male's role is over. The female leaves, builds the nest, lays a single egg, and raises the chick alone. This is exactly why males have evolved such exaggerated features, because everything depends on that one moment of being chosen. For some local communities in Colombia and Ecuador, the umbrella bird is more than a rare species. It's part of their cultural identity. Its deep, echoing call is sometimes seen as a sign from the forest itself. In certain traditions, it's believed to be a messenger between the natural world and something beyond it, a quiet guardian hidden in the trees. In modern times, the umbrella bird has taken on a different kind of role. It's become a symbol of tropical biodiversity and a reminder of how fragile these ecosystems really are. You'll see it in documentaries, conservation campaigns, and artwork, often highlighted for its strange, almost unreal appearance. That silhouette, the crest, the long wattle, it doesn't look like something that should exist, but it does. And for many people, it answers a bigger question. What does the umbrella bird represent? It represents how far evolution can go when nature is left undisturbed, and how quickly something that unique can disappear if it's not protected. Despite how powerful and unique they seem, umbrella birds are far from safe. The Amazonian umbrella bird is still relatively stable, but the other two species are struggling. The bare-necked umbrella bird is now considered endangered, with fewer than 2,500 mature individuals left in the wild. Its habitat continues to shrink due to farming, cattle grazing, and expanding human development. The long-wattled umbrella bird, the focus of our story, is classified as vulnerable. Its home in the Chaco rainforest is being cut apart by illegal logging, mining, and road construction. And there's another problem. These birds reproduce slowly. A female typically lays just one egg per breeding cycle. That means population recovery takes time they may not have if habitat loss continues. Conservation efforts are trying to keep up, protected areas are expanding, laws against deforestation are being enforced, and some communities are turning to ecotourism as a way to protect the forest instead of clearing it. Even small choices, like supporting conservation groups or responsible travel, can make a difference. And that brings us to the end of this journey into one of the most unusual birds on the planet. The long-wattled umbrella bird is more than just a strange silhouette in the forest. It's a reminder of how complex, mysterious, and fragile nature really is. From its deep, echoing calls to that never-a-witly unique hanging wattle, it's a species that still leaves scientists searching for answers. But like many creatures that depend on untouched forests, its future isn't guaranteed. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible bird and want to explore more hidden wonders of the natural world, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. And let me know in the comments, what's the strangest animal feature you've ever heard of? Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.